Hello everyone, welcome to Joe Consume Cinema. I'm your host, Colodro. Call a what now? Just call me C. And today we have another installment in Joe Revisit series with the 1993 film A Bronx Tale. Now this is one of my absolute favorites. I love this film. It's so well done. If for whatever reason you have not seen this, stop this and go watch it. You will absolutely love it. I guarantee it. Three best performances of the film have to go to Chaz Palminteri, who played Sonny, Lito Brancato, who played the older C, like in his teenage years. The boy actor did a really good job too. Obviously, Robert De Niro, who played the father. Just a great performance from him. He's also the director of the film. It's a really good movie. You know, classic mob movie, but it has a very sincere and heartfelt message, I would say, that a lot of the others sort of lack. The others are kind of just like, a cautionary tale of this weird and disturbing life. This is more so an actual lesson, I would say, for a lot of younger people, especially. It's a great film if you haven't seen it. If you haven't seen it, please stop this and go watch it. I would hate for somebody to say in the comments that this is their first time, watching the film, is watching my reaction to it, because I'm not going to be able to do it near enough justice. It's a really good film. But as always, please remember to blank and blank. Channel's doing awesome right now. We are fast approaching 4,000 subscribers, if not over that by the time of the releasing of this video. I have a Blue Sky social account, Joe Consume Cinema. You can make an account of your own. Feel free to give me a follow over there if you do. Also, we have launched the Joe Consume Cinema Patreon. Every member of my Patreon gets a guaranteed movie request. I have the first season of The Penguin and the first season of Mr. Robot. I am working through all of Mr. Robot, about an episode per week to week, until I'm done with the entire show. By the making of this video, I should also have the second season of the Squid Game up on my Patreon too. So yeah, I feel that it's a really great offer, only $2 a month, and I'm going to have like 40 plus reactions. Plus, again, every member that joins gets a guaranteed movie request. If you're one of those people that's wanted for a very long time for a reactor to actually watch your one movie and it just never seems to happen, this is the easiest way you're ever going to get it. If you consider becoming a patron, I'd really appreciate it. That support is what allows me to make these videos, and with that, let's just get right to the movie.
It was 1960, and doo-wop was the sound on the streets. It felt like there was a doo-wop group on every corner back then. Kimantha was like a god to me. My dad would take me to Yankee Stadium, and we would watch the Yankees win. You would hear the sounds of young Italian men romancing their women.
Get in the fucking car!
No!
Come on, baby. You know I love
Yeah,
you.
bullshit.
Will you get in the fucking car?
Number one man in the neighborhood, Sonny. Everybody loved Sonny, and they treated him like a god.
Hey, oh shit!
Tricks him. Nice.
That's my dad, Lorenzo Anello. His bus route was 187th Street, and I used to love to ride the bus with him. I loved you at 9 years old.
Right upstairs, son.
They called him Tony Toupee because he wore the worst hairpiece in the world. Eddie Mush was a degenerate gambler. He was also the biggest loser in the whole world. They called him Mush because everything he touched turned to mush.
So this introduction of all these characters is a clear homage to Martin Scorsese. Robert De Niro directed this film, and I think it was the first time he actually directed anything. He did a very good job with it. It's just, he's borrowing heavily from Scorsese's style, I would say, especially with scenes like this.
This was Sonny's crew, and nobody fucked with these guys.
What are you doing here? Didn't we tell you a million times not to come here? Don't move. You wait right here. You hear me?
Sonny had 5 fingers, but he only used 3.
Tell your father the truth.
I was basketball.
So why'd you lie?
I took a shot.
Want to do something here?
What am I gonna say? Took a shot. Nice try, son. Do not go near the bar. Stay on the stoop, but keep away from the bar. When you're older, you'll understand why.
Yes.
So you see right away the establishment of the two worlds. I would call it the normal life that his dad is trying to create for him, but also the temptation of the bar, which is literally, like they said, 2 doors down.
These niggas got some balls coming in our neighborhood. They don't live here. They just pass through from school. How the fuck do you know? My father told me. Yeah, well, my father told me that's how it starts. Get the fuck out of our neighborhood, you fucking niggas. Go back to West Family where you came from. Look here on that bus.
Yeah, it's not a film that shies away from talking about racism, which I actually really appreciate.
What is wrong with you? What you doing? Fuck you, you freehold real motherfucker. Watch your fucking head.
Goodbye.
Sonny, give me the gun.
There it is.
When Sonny looked at me for the first time, I went deaf.
Let's mind our own business. He's okay. That's the main thing.
I can't believe somebody would do this.
That was fast.
Police, is this the Anello residence?
About what?
There was a shooting in front of the building a little while ago, and we believe your son was there.
Really? Well, he don't know nothing about that.
Oh, we feel he does. There were people who saw him.
Well, they're wrong. He don't know nothing.
Yes,
Yeah,
he
what way
does.
you do it? He don't know nothing.
Daddy, I know everything.
Look this way. Is it him? Give me an answer.
Doing it this way is so insane, having them line up like this.
Is it him?
You satisfied, officer?
No, I'm not satisfied.
You don't know. We can't help
Yeah, I know. Your son doesn't know anything. I know all about it.
You said no. We can't help it.
I didn't rat, Dad. I didn't rat.
No, you didn't wreck.
I did a good thing, right?
Yeah, you did a good thing. You did a good thing for a bad man.
I did a good thing for a bad man. I didn't understand that. Not at 9 years old.
Yeah.
Sometimes in life, you gotta do certain things that you gotta do, even though they're not right.
I thought I did the right thing. And now I'm not sure I did.
You did do the right thing, and when you get older, you'll understand why. Your mother and I love you very, very much.
There are no easy answers, right? Doing the right thing would involve fingering Sonny, but that would put his family at risk. It's not much of an option.
The saddest thing in life is wasted talent. You could have all the talent in the world, but if you don't do the right thing, then nothing happens.
That was something my father would talk about all my life.
On his radar now.
Get right upstairs, son, and watch the rest of the game.
Sonny really appreciates what you and your son did for him.
Well, that's all right. I'm just glad everything worked out. If I got a city job, if I get pinched, I could lose it.
At least think about it.
I just can't do it. It's not for me, so...
$150 a week. You don't want to think about it.
No, I can't do it. It's just not for me.
Sonny's going to be disappointed. But I'm going to tell him what you said.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say Lorenzo has a strong moral position. He doesn't compromise.
I realized that a man had died and I had lied and committed a mortal sin. And I wanted God to forgive me.
That boy right there, gonna be important later on.
Must be Father if I sinned. It's been 1 month since my last confession. I lied about witnessing a murder once. I ate meat on Friday once.
Wait a minute. Can you back up a little bit and say that again? You realize what you said?
It was only once, Father.
Do you know what the fifth is?
Yes, Father, I know what the fifth is. The fifth is I refuse to answer on the grounds that I'm an criminal.
The fifth commandment.
Thou shalt not kill. I'm not telling nobody nothing.
Don't be afraid, my son. Nobody's more powerful than God.
Your guy's bigger than my guy up there. But my guy's bigger than your guy down here.
You got a point. 5 Our Fathers and 5 Hail Marys for your penance.
For a murder rap? That's not bad, Father.
What did you say?
Oh, God. There's the ideal and then there's the reality, right? And it keeps happening throughout the film.
You afraid of me?
No.
That's good. What's your name?
Clodro. The paper said that Mick was crying.
Mickey Mantle. Is that what you're upset about? See if your father can't pay the rent. Go with Mickey Mantle. See what he tells you. Mickey Mantle don't care about you, so why should you care about him? Nobody cares.
Did you shoot that man over a parking space?
When you get older, you'll understand.
Started spending a lot of time with Sonny. I would come home from school and sneak away any chance I got.
Kid's gonna throw the dice in. Get him over. Anybody got a problem with that?
I'm betting on Sonny.
Hey, I don't want your money touching my money. Why? Why? Because you're a fucking jinx. That's why. Here.
I made 11 passes in a row. He would always say that the working man was a sucker.
Your mother found this behind your drawer.
It's money that I've been saving, Dad.
$600 you've been saving? Just tell me the truth and I won't get upset.
You promise?
I'm your father. Would I say it if I didn't mean it?
I worked the crap games and the cops gave me tips. Crap games?
What crap games?
What crap games?
I told you one game get upset, Dad.
I lied. Now tell me everything. We can't accept that.
I didn't give it to you. I gave it to your son. He worked for me.
That's right, my son. And I don't want my son involved in what goes on here. Please, I'm I'm not stupid. You know what I'm talking about. Just stay away from my son, okay?
Hey, you stay right over here. See, why don't you go outside? I want to talk to your father. First of all, I respect you, Lorenzo. You're a stand-up guy. We're from the same neighborhood. But don't ever talk to me like that again. I tell your son to go to school, to go to
You don't
college.
understand. It's not what you say. It's what he sees. It's the clothes, it's the cars, it's the money, it's everything. He tried to throw away his baseball cards the other day because he said Mickey Mantle will never pay my rent.
He said that to you?
Not funny when your 9-year-old kid has a bigger bank account than you do.
I offered you a job, but you said no to me.
That's right, and I say no now. Just leave my son alone, please.
I treat that kid like he's my son.
He ain't your son. He's my son.
He's what?
He's my son.
Hey, get the fuck out of here.
I'm not afraid of you.
Well, you should
I
be.
know who you are, Sonny. I know what you're capable of, and I would never step out of line. You could ask anybody in this neighborhood who knows me. But this time you're wrong. You don't fool with a man's family. This is my son, not yours. Just stay away from my son. Go ahead. I don't care who you are. You stay away from my son.
That's bad money. I don't want you to have that money.
Dad, I earned that
I
money.
said I want you to stay away from him.
Dad, listen to me.
Did you hear what I said? You stay away from him.
Sonny was right. The worker man is a sucker, Dad. He's a sucker.
He's wrong. It don't take much strength to pull a trigger, but try and get up every morning, day after day, and work for a living. Let's see him try that. Then we'll see who's the real tough guy. The working man is the tough guy. Your father's the tough guy.
But everybody loves him, just like everybody loves you on the bus. It's the same thing.
No, it's not the same. People don't love him. They fear him. There's a difference. I'm sorry I hit you.
You want me to take care of him?
Nah, leave him alone.
I never listened to my father about staying away from him. He became a boss, and I was his friend.
Yeah, man. Scenes like that, honestly, are kind of tough to watch. The kid doesn't really understand everything that's going on around him, and it's not like his family can escape this. They just have to deal with it. It's just a reality of the neighborhood.
That's the second time those niggas passed that.
As long as they don't stop, who gives a fuck?
I give a fuck. They didn't bother you. Come on, man. Today it's one car. Next week it's 2 cars. You know what? They're fucking in.
Come on, take a ride with me. I got one trip left.
Do I have to?
He used to love doing this when he was a kid, but now he's a teenager, so he hates it. And there she is.
She was tall, she was beautiful, and she was classy. But she was black. That was a no-no in my neighborhood.
Where's my fucking money? You're fucking dead when I catch you, you piece of shit.
Say, come here.
Sometimes hurting somebody ain't the answer. First of all, is he a good friend of yours?
Nah, I don't even like him.
Look at it this way. It costs you $20 to get rid of him. Right? He's never going to bother you again. He's never going to ask you for money again. He's out of your life for $20. You got off cheap. Forget it. 3 things you can do in a joint, kid. Lift weights, play cards, or get into trouble.
What'd you do?
Me? I read. You hear Machiavelli? Who? Machiavelli. He's a famous writer from 500 years ago. I can live anywhere I want to. You know why I live in this neighborhood? Availability. I want to stay close to everything. Because being on the spot, I can see trouble immediately. Trouble is like a cancer. You gotta get it early. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Worry about yourself, your family, the people that are important to you.
Is it better to be loved or feared?
That's a good question. I would rather be feared. Fear lasts longer than love. You see how it is around here. I make a joke, everybody laughs. I know I'm funny, but I'm not that funny. It's fear that keeps them loyal to me.
Spot trouble a mile away. Man, I love this scene. It's so well done.
Just want a couple of beers. A few beers, that's it. That's it. We'll be on our way. Spoke like a gentleman. Give me the beers. Go ahead.
In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost.
Oh, you again, huh?
That wasn't very nice. Now he's got to leave.
I'll tell you when the fuck we leave, all right? Get the fuck away from me.
Here it comes.
Now you just can't leave.
I will never forget the look on their faces. Their faces dropped. All their courage and strength was drained right from their bodies. They walked into the wrong bar.
Damn right.
Come on, you scurvy motherfucker! Drag him the fuck out! Come on, move! Watch my car!
I'm the one who did this to you. Remember me.
That room
Great fucking scene.
I'm gonna fucking shoot somebody, you know what I mean?
That's a gun. Are you fucking stupid or something? I want no fucking guns. You hear what I said? Get the fuck out. Say, get over here, you.
His friends are a bunch of fuck-ups.
This shit is not for you, and those fucking kids are gonna get you in trouble.
Yeah, but they're my friends, you know that.
They're jerk-offs. This is my life, not yours. I do what I have to do. This is not for you.
Despite the fact that Sonny keeps giving great advice, it's like Lorenzo said, it's not what you say, it's what he sees.
I'm Jane. And you're?
Me, I'm Calogero.
Who?
Calogero.
I was just waiting for my brother. Sometimes we walk home together.
I could walk you home.
Okay. You have beautiful eyes.
Yeah, so do you. Sorry I can't walk you all the way home.
Oh, that's all right.
So I'll see you tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
What is it, man? White motherfucker?
What the fuck? Why don't you just leave him alone?
What the fuck is it with you and these niggas lately?
They ain't bothering nobody.
Fucking idiots.
Hey, Rip, see? Get this motherfucker.
It's not gonna hurt you. Stay down, man. I really don't want to hurt you. What are you doing? You're gonna kill him.
I don't care. I want to kill him. Hey, kill this guy.
The cops are coming.
These kids could hurt you. You gotta think for yourself. She's a color girl.
Yeah,
You like this girl?
I do, but I don't want to hear all the guys. I don't want to hear
Fuck
their
those
mouths.
kids. Half of them are gonna end up dead or in jail anyway. The only thing that matters is what's good for you and how you feel about each other. When you're alone late at night in bed, just you and her under the covers, that's all that matters, see?
I love this. The reverse drive.
Maybe she's your first gray one. I'm gonna lend you my car. I want you to make a good impression. Then you give her the test.
What, the Mario test?
Mario's a fucking psycho. If she doesn't reach over and lift up that button for you so you can get in, dump her. That means she's a selfish broad, and all you're seeing is the tip of the iceberg. You dump her, and you dump her fast.
Call it an empathy thoughtfulness test.
I get along with everybody on the bus, but when it comes to marriage, I just think we should marry within our own, that's all.
Don't tell me you're not prejudiced, because you are. I mean, what would you say if I wanted to go out with a colored girl?
Well, you would never do that.
Hey, you never know. This girl might be one of the great ones. I mean, you only allow 3 great women in your lifetime. You know what I'm saying?
The thing that's fascinating about this scene is that Robert De Niro's first wife was a black woman. He dated her, during a time when he had to put up with all the shit about race mixing and all that nonsense. That's why I'm glad that this film brings up this topic because, 1960s, early 1970s, they were dealing a lot with this stuff. A lot of the films that deal with this time period, they kind of gloss over it, and this film does not. It brings it front and center, which I appreciate.
You okay?
No. My brother got beat up in your neighborhood. Were you there?
No, I wasn't there.
Colojo, please don't lie to me.
I didn't touch her, brother. I swear to God. Believe me, I didn't touch him.
He was there, but he didn't do anything to him. Really should have said he was there, and his stupid friends got him involved, and, he tried to do what he could in the situation.
Yeah, that's him. That's him.
Were there?
Yeah, I was there, but I didn't do anything, Jane. Believe me. The other guys, I tried to fucking help you.
Bullshit, man.
You know I didn't do anything. Fuck you, you fucking nigga.
Lorenzo's not going to be happy about this. He knows that's Sonny's car.
It just didn't work out. Please, listen, I gotta go. What happened with the girl? Everything went wrong.
Yeah, the timing of this is crazy. He borrows the car to go on a date. The date goes wrong, and then the car gets, brought back to Sonny unexpectedly rather soon. And that sets up, the paranoia and suspicion with what's about to happen. So he just knows that he fucked up and potentially ruined any chance he had with Jane. He's not feeling good, and now his dad is about to get on his case.
I don't want you driving this car around. I don't like
I'm
that.
not in the mood to hear this.
I don't care if you're not in the mood to hear it. We already had that thing about the bikers and that fight in that bar. You fuck up, he'll hurt you like
You're
anybody.
wrong, Sonny. Trust me.
That man can't trust anybody. The sooner you know that, the better. Saddest thing in life is wasted
Oh, I don't
talent.
want to hear this.
Mother and father came to this country with nothing.
And they
if it
died with
wasn't for them-
nothing.
Hey, don't you dare disrespect your grandparents. They tried to give me a better life, and that's what I'm trying to do.
What better life? We ain't got money, we ain't got nothing. The working man is a sucker.
He's learning the wrong lessons. Understand the frustration. He's fucking up, and he's about to be hit in the face with the reality of the situation.
What's going on, Sonny?
Ah! Jane, was there really a Jane? Talk to me.
Sonny, what is it, Sonny?
We lifted up the hood. There was something on the engine. It didn't go off. Now you tell me. You tell me how the fuck that got on there.
I didn't do anything.
I swear, I just went right to the school and that was it. I swear to God, why would I want to hurt you? You've been like a father to me.
He can't trust anyone. Now, granted, the timing is suspicious, but still.
Go drive your bus and get the fuck out of here. Next time, find out what's going on before you open your mouth.
This is like the worst thing that could happen to him right now. He's not in a good mood, and, you know, everything's gotten screwed up, and these idiots invite him to this shit.
You're fucking flying. We're in a hot car. Slow down.
Molotov cocktails.
What the fuck are you doing, lighting a cigarette?
Jesus Christ. So fucking stupid.
I wanted out, but I couldn't get out of the car. These people will hurt you, son. Don't waste your talent, son.
He would have died otherwise.
Stay out of the car. Stay away from this kid.
Great music choices, too.
You don't even believe me that there even was a Jane. Don't you think it could have been in the car when I picked it up? And that me and Jane could have got killed?
Yeah, it's true.
Never thought that, did you? Don't you trust anybody?
No.
It's a horrible way to live.
For me, it's the only way.
Not for me. Not for me.
There it is.
My brother told me the truth. You did try to help him.
It's okay, I understand how he felt. I want to be with you, and I don't care what anybody says. I'm so proud. Yo, brother, where's your car? Give me the keys. Come on, we gotta go.
I love it.
You were one of the great ones.
James Brown playing. Another great scene. These fucking idiots.
And the wheel of that. Man made the electrolyte to take us out of the dark.
Yeah, people can fight back, morons.
He's lost.
They got what they fucking deserved. I think a small miracle they missed every shot. That's the one good thing.
Sometimes when I think about it, I don't know if I should have been happy or sad.
Yeah. Saved his life.
You okay?
Yeah, man.
Listen, I'm sorry. Jane, I gotta go. You don't understand. I was in that car.
School, man. The boys want to go crazy.
I'll give you the 20 next week. Forget the 20.
He never gets the chance to thank him. It's so sad.
He wasn't
There he is. The son avenges the father.
It was just like Sonny said it would be. Nobody cares. She passed the test. That's what I wanted to tell you. I want to thank you for saving my life. I never got a chance to tell you. You saved my life. You saved my life too once. The guy that got hit with the baseball bat, right? I'm gonna be in the neighborhood now, taking care of things for a while. If you need anything, I want you to come and see me at the bar, okay? I think I'm gonna give the bar a rest for a while, but thanks anyway. It's okay, I understand.
Joe Pesci's brief cameo.
Dad, I'm sorry if I ever hurt you in any way.
Sonny, I want to thank you for saving my kid's life. I never hated you. I guess it's that I was just mad at you because you made him grow up so fast.
Nobody cares, huh? You were wrong about that one. Wasted talent. See you around, Sonny.
Making me cry for a gangster. It's that damn good.
Let's go home, see.
The saddest thing in life is wasted talent. This is just another Bronx Tale.
Some really, really good dialogue in this film. My God. And he dedicates it to his dad. That's awesome to have a movie of this caliber, you know, dedicated to your name. Okay, took some time just to gather my thoughts. So that was A Bronx Tale. Amazing as always. Again, just like I said at the beginning, if you have not seen it, you really need to see it before you watch this because it is just so damn good. The dialogue in this film is amazing. I love the style. Again, a lot of homage to Martin Scorsese. Robert De Niro was a big fan of him. Feels that he owes, you know, a very large portion of his career and, you know, kind of his big shot at filmmaking came because of Scorsese partnering with De Niro and just, you know, working with him in so many different films. So you see the influence throughout the film. The scene in the bar where they're introducing all the different characters is directly from the scene in Goodfellas where they're doing exactly the same thing and it's like the walk-in shot and, you know, as the people are moving through, very, very, very similar. Again, that's just an homage to Scorsese, and De Niro is very grateful for all that he's done for his career and just, you know, filmmaking in general, and borrowed some of his ideas essentially. Now, like I said, Robert De Niro directed this film. He also stars as Lorenzo in the film. You have Chaz Palminteri, who plays Sonny, great in the film. Lilo Brancato, who plays Colodro, C in his like teenage years. Francis Copper, who plays Colodro, it's when he's a boy, and then Terrell Hicks, who plays Jane. She also did a really good job too. It has a good overall cast, but I'd say the three main performances were the performances of Sonny, Lorenzo, and obviously C, both the teenage years and, when he was a boy. So film starts off kind of glamorizing the 60s, the music, the atmosphere, the neighborhood, all of that. It introduces you to Colodro, this little kid who's living in New York, his Italian neighborhood, and he's constantly pulled between these two realities. The reality that's kind of ironed out by his father, Lorenzo, who's a bus driver, very straightforward guy, work hard and will, provide you with a good life. But also there's this constant temptation of the bar and the mobsters that operate it. And the head of that is Sonny. There's this constant pull and push between these two sides. And throughout the film, Sonny consistently gives Colodro good advice. It's just, like Lorenzo said in the film, it's not what you say, it's what he sees. And what he sees is, mobsters constantly spending money, doing whatever they want, threatening violence, committing violence as they see fit. And despite the good advice from Sonny, the actions speak louder than words, unfortunately, and that's the kind of temptation that C experiences throughout the film. His stupid friends fall into the trap, I would say, whereas C just barely manages to escape. They want to be gangsters, do whatever they want. They don't want to go to school. They want to hang out and just, have fun all the time. If they need money, they're not that far off from, committing robbery, that type of thing. They're on a path to being career criminals. And his father and Sonny both see the threat that the street poses to him. Despite their good advice, he has to learn things on his own. And that's what you're seeing throughout the film. There are so many great lines and scenes throughout the film. One of my favorites of all time has to be the scene with the bikers in the bar. They show up, at first talking a good game, saying, all we want is a couple beers. You give us that, we'll be on our way. That's it. They give them the beers. They start, shaking them up, spraying them all over the place. That leads to the confrontation where Sonny says, that wasn't very nice. Now you have to leave. And, the biker tells him off, and he just calmly walks over to the door, shuts it, turns around. They're all staring at him, all quiet, have nothing to say. And he says, now you can't leave. And it's immediately just a tone-setting shift. And, man, I love that monologue, too. I will never forget the look on their faces. All their cards and strength were just drained out from under them. They had a reputation for breaking up bars, but they knew at this moment that they had walked into the wrong bar, and it's such a good setup. Best recurring line throughout the film, the saddest thing in life is a waste of talent. I really do feel that's true, and it's almost prophetic in a way, not just for the movie itself, but just something that I would say in life, I think it is really true. I've seen it happen, unfortunately, with people I knew in high school. It is one of the saddest things to experience in life. And yeah, I know people who have fallen into that, unfortunately. And it's true. It really is true. It might just be a movie, but just because it's a movie doesn't mean it can't say anything about real life. I also really appreciate how this film doesn't gloss over the racism of the time. You have C, who falls in love with this black girl, Jane. You see the difference between the two neighborhoods. He tries to walk her home and immediately is confronted by people that live there saying, get the hell out of our neighborhood, etc. And at the same time, his stupid friends are constantly talking about black people and wanting to do shit to them. It escalates at first with, there's a couple of black guys riding their bikes through their neighborhood. For no reason, they get up and just, start assaulting them. C gets thrown into the middle of that. His friend literally throws him on top of the one guy who turns out to be Jane's brother. And at first, he's just trying to, hold him down, cover him up so he's not getting hurt. But because he can't just, attack his friend, which is what he should do in that moment, because it's partly peer pressure and, the neighborhood and just the situation that he's in. Just tries to cover him up so he won't get hurt, but his friend eventually throws him off him, sees he's not hitting him, and just goes back to attacking him. The police get called, and they all scatter except for his one idiot friend, who C tries to restrain so he doesn't actually kill the guy, but he says in the moment, I want to kill him. So yeah, that's where their headspace is throughout the entire film. So him having the balls to, approach Jane and actually go out on a date with her, or at least attempt to, it's pretty impressive for the time. And, he talked about, not wanting to hear, all the guys saying shit behind his back and, all that stuff. Sonny gives him great advice, your friends are jerk-offs. They're gonna hurt you. What have I been telling you all along? But it's not easy. Like I said, I know it was either Robert De Niro's first or second wife, married a black woman in the 60s or 70s. Again, this whole idea of, race mixing and intolerance towards that whole idea, very prevalent then, still unfortunately around to today, just not as much so. But yeah, I can almost guarantee that Robert De Niro had to hear that shit because he's a member of the Italian community, and Yeah, so I'm actually really glad that was included in the film because far too often it just gets glossed over in a lot of mob movies. It doesn't get talked about. There will be like an occasional black character here and there, but they don't play, a front and center role like Jane does in this film, I would say. It's a real credit to Robert De Niro's directorial style in this film, and also just Chaz Palminteri's performance. At the funeral, even I had to shed a couple of tears for Sonny there, and really see who learned these life lessons in the hardest way possible. He eventually understood all the things that Sonny and his father were trying to teach him throughout the film. And yeah, it's just really a touching moment. Sonny said throughout the film, nobody cares. And in the end, the only one who actually did was, this kid that he befriended by happenstance. It's a great moment. And then you have that brief cameo by Joe Pesci. I literally think he did that just as a favor to Robert De Niro, a very brief cameo. He was in the scene involving the dispute over the parking space where the guy is like hitting the car with the bat. You see him very, very briefly, but you don't see his face, but I can tell it's him. And then at the end, his total involvement in the film is probably only like 2-3 minutes at most. So yeah, I just think it was a very brief cameo on his part as a favor to his friend Robert De Niro, because I believe during this time he had been on a long hiatus from filmmaking, like essentially retired. He eventually comes back for The Irishman. Between, this film and then, he's not involved in like almost anything, I would say. I could be wrong like a year here and there, but I'm pretty sure he took a very long break from making films and movies and didn't have any involvement for like the longest time. I thought it was beautiful how they set up certain scenes. You saw in the beginning the whole dispute that led to the shooting. Afterwards, C is in his room and he looks outside. They bury the man who attacked the one guy with the baseball bat and Sonny shot him. And you see very briefly a shot of his son. They're all like gathered around him outside. The mother is warning, and that's what I think wakes C up and causes him to look outside. You see that same kid, now grown up, finally get revenge for his father, 8 years later. I love how they set up the whole exchange where things are going wrong for C on his date. He gets confronted by Jane and her brother. Her brother is pissed off at him because C was there, but he didn't actually do anything, but as far as he's concerned, they're all the same. So he says, yeah, that's the guy. He's the one that did this to me. Leads to that argument. C gets heated in the moment, says something stupid, but he comes back with the car. He's all, disoriented. His mind is moving a mile a minute, thinking of all the shit that just happened, and he just gives the car back to Sonny. From Sonny's perspective, he never sees Jane, and it's like, this kid borrows my car to go on this date. The date never happens. He immediately gives the car back almost. 5 minutes later, they have a problem, starting the engine or whatever. They see that there's a bomb underneath the hood. It doesn't go off, so that immediately gets Sonny's suspicion up. He immediately goes and finds C, confronts him. It's like C said, you never thought for a second that Jane and I could have gotten killed, did you? And that thought never crossed his mind, honestly. He just thought the worst immediately. Don't you trust anybody? For me, no. It's the only way I can live. Thankfully, Calogero at that point realizes, this is not the life for me. I want no part of this. And even though Sonny gets him out of that car, he still learns that lesson that, no, my dad was right all along. I need to distance myself from this place because it's going to get me killed or thrown in jail or something. It just keeps getting me into trouble no matter what happens. And that to me is the lesson of the movie ultimately. The allure of the life is a very prominent feature in all, mob films. This one walks the audience through the lesson in a way that the other films don't. I think it's possible to watch some of those other films and actually, for some people, still come to the conclusion that there's an appeal to living like this, which is insane to me, but some people actually do that. With this film, I think it's very clear cut. The life lesson is hammered into the audience. But yeah, this one is an awesome one to revisit. The great dialogue, the way it sets up the different scenes. I just love the fact that Robert De Niro directs this film and also stars in it too. He has an important role, but a somewhat minor role for him because he's doing two jobs throughout this film, but it's still great. He's great in both the role as Lorenzo and, directing the film. Both are awesome. Some of the greatest shots. The scene where Sonny and C are in the car and he's in reverse, trying to tell him the facts of life, giving him advice for Jane and the door test, which is great. I love that payoff later on in the film. Even though he's paying heavy tribute to directors like Scorsese, it's still a lot of his work and, vision throughout the film that really shines through, and he did a great job. And I think one of the most awesome things is that he directed this to his father, Robert De Niro Sr., and that's one of like the coolest things. Like, imagine having a film of this caliber dedicated to you. Every time people watch this, they're going to see your name at the end in the credits saying, in memory of you. That's so fucking cool. Honestly, like, I would love to have something like that, but, never going to happen. But still, really, really cool revisit. I'm so happy to have this one up on the channel finally. We are not done our Robert De Niro kick. There's still a ton more to go through. Like I said, it's going to be a while, and yeah, I'm going to keep my word on that. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got. So as always, thanks for watching, and peace.